Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shirley TV. Shirley TV. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. Yes, hope you all are having a nice day so far. So, so I just want to, just came on here for a little bit. This is going to be a short live. I want to get into opening a business overseas. What are the pros and cons of opening a business overseas? So, first of all, when you have a business, say for instance, you have your business over here in the United States, you already know that you need to draw in your customers. There's so much to do, so much to think about. You're thinking about branding, you're thinking about marketing, advertising, all of those things. So, what do you think about your business when it comes to uh, opening a business overseas? So, I just want to get into a few things. So, I want to get into a few things when it comes to opening a business overseas. How to start an overseas business. Doing business internationally can be incredibly exciting and rewarding, but it can come with its fair share of challenges. So even if you have a business over here in the United States and you say, hey, I want to go over here to Africa, Asia, Europe, you're dipping into new markets. So you still have to think about, it takes planning. Basically, you still have to plan. You don't want to just jump from the United States uh, and then jump over here to a new market. I mean, it opening a business overseas, it does open up new markets, but you are definitely going to be immersed in a different cultural environment because they do things differently. Different cultures, that's what culture is. People doing things differently, different religions, different way of doing things, different eating habits. Uh, so it's a lot of cultural differences. So I was looking at this program one time. I think it was, I know they had a round table and it was some people. They were talking and they were all over there. I think it was in Africa, and they had businesses that they started in. They started their businesses over there in Africa, and they were saying, come over here if you want to come over here, but don't think you want to come over here. Excuse me. Don't think you're going to come from the United States and then come over here in Africa, open your business, start your business, even live over here, and think you're going to bring the United States culture over here, because that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So don't think that you're going to go over there to Africa, Asia, Europe, or wherever, and bring your culture, because they do things differently over there. Doing business internationally can be incredibly exciting and rewarding, but it can come with its fair share of challenges. Venturing into international markets and doing business overseas requires careful planning, research, and a solid strategy prior to entering the market. So even if you have a business over here in the United States or wherever you have a business, it still is going to take planning, careful planning, research, and a solid strategy. You need a marketing strategy, a business strategy. So your strategy is just your plan. Um, what is your plan? What is your plan when you dip over there into those new markets, running your business, trying to run your business? If you're thinking about opening a business in another country, but are unsure how to get started or what to consider, then definitely start out with your plan. Start out with your plan, do your research. So, do your research. How to start a business overseas. When considering the establishment of a business in a foreign country, there are a few different considerations to bear in mind. Starting a business abroad requires careful planning, a clear strategy, and research into the country and the target market. In other words, you want to start a business in whatever country. I mean, you over in the continent of Africa, Asia, Europe, they have various countries. So, you want to do some research on those various countries and also as well as that continent. Definitely have to do your, even if you have a business, anyway you start a business. If you have a business over here in the United States, you're still going to you need a business plan, you need a marketing plan, you need that strategy, you need to think about, are you going to hire employees? How many you are going to hire? How much money do you have to put in your business, to invest in your business? Because I know in my accounting course, one of the first transactions we had in a book was starting a business. You start a business, in other words, you're going to plan, you definitely have a plan. But the first accounting equation was how much money we were going to invest in the business. So you invest a certain amount in your business that goes into your asset account. So your asset account, and so you have your asset account. In other words, I want to deposit $50,000 to start my business. I would debit my cash account and credit my owner's equity account. So $50,000 to asset, debit my asset account $50,000, and I want to credit my owner's equity account $50,000. So that was the first transaction that we had after we went through the, all the other information in the book. We learned about accounts receivables, accounts payables, starting a business, the different terms that comes with starting a business that you would think about, So we learned that first, but then we got to the transactions later in the book. So it says, when starting a business abroad, the first step is to conduct market research to ensure that you have identified the best markets and customers for your business. Your market research should look at the population size, the customer segments you think will best fit your business, and how you will acquire and retain customers in a new market. In other words, you starting a business over there, you want to start a business over there in a different country or overseas. That's the title of this video. You want to start a business overseas. How are you going to market your business? How are you going to pull in those customers? How are you going to make sure people know about your business? So that comes under marketing. You're going to use the social media. 9 times out of 10, you would use the social media marketing strategies. You have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, even TikTok. So those are your social media platforms. So you have to decide which ones are you going to use to try to attract those customers. Because marketing is it lets people know about your business. What are you offering in your business? What are your products and your services? So that comes under that would be included in your marketing strategy. So that would be included in your marketing strategy. So in other words, you say, hey, I'm going to be selling, T-shirts, jeans, whatever. Or you might be selling hair growth products, whatever, lotions, sunshades, whatever you have in your business. So you will advertise and you will make sure that's in your marketing strategy. All of the research should ultimately lead to a business plan that is written before opening a business in another country. So that's the same thing you would do if you had a business in your native, country. You will have a written business plan. The business plan should incorporate market entry strategies based on your research, financial projections, and risk management strategies. Having a strong business plan ensures that you are laying a solid foundation for your company abroad and laying the groundwork for a successful overseas business venture. I would think it would be definitely scary to open a business, have a business opening that you would open overseas. I would be kind of scared because, like I said, cultural differences, we have language barriers. I mean, because I know over in Africa, they speak about, I don't know, 50 different languages. And some countries don't even have English as their first language. So that's why it's good to do your research. You're talking about language barriers, you're talking about cultural differences, you're talking about tax differences from, opening a business over there overseas as opposed to opening your business over here in the United States. But I mean, you will open. Well, I mean, you will be dipping into new markets. You're dipping into new markets. You're probably reaching more. I don't know if you will reach more customers, but but you will reach a different. You will reach different customers that uh, probably that you would not reach if you ran your business over here. I mean, over here in the United States. But I mean, you do have social media. You do have these social media platforms. We have these social media platforms that uh, does help us, expand our business, broaden our horizon, reach more customers, reach a larger target market. So launching a new business overseas can be advantageous since it allows you to customize and tailor it to the specific needs and preferences of the target market. So who is going to be your target market? Is your target market, in other words, if you're running a business over there, overseas, are you going to have any people over in the United States as your target market as well? Are you going to have that? But you could. I mean, you over there. I mean, I guess with social media, you can still reach back and have customers from the United States as well as your overseas customers. But on the other hand, expanding an existing business overseas offers the advantage of leveraging an established brand reputation. Right? You have to build a reputation. You have to build your brand identity. So that's a whole nother topic. So I probably would be doing different videos because it's just so much when it comes to business. My major was business administration at Australia University, right here in the United States of America. Yes, in the DMV. So marketing, branding, advertising, promoting, target market. We talked about target markets. How do you obtain your target market? Uh, different social media platforms. We talked about competitive, trying to maintain that competitive advantage. So if you're running a business over here in the United States, or you're running a business overseas, you still want to maintain that competitive advantage. You want to offer something unique. You want to do something unique in your business. You want to offer something unique because you want to draw the customers to you. You want to reach out to a certain target market in a certain way, probably through, like I said, your social media platforms. I mean, back in the day, they used to have Avon. They used to do the door-to-door try to make sales to the customers, door-to-door sales. But I don't think they do that anymore. Avon. I mean, I know Avon, I guess everybody's online and everything is digital, everything is online. So that is the way that we are, a lot of us are running our businesses. Or should you purchase an already existing business? So imagine going overseas and running a business that's already established. I mean, it's just so much. When it comes to business is a broad topic. There's so many areas of business to talk about. You can start your business, or you can try to buy somebody's existing business. But I don't know. That will be. I will have to dig down a little bit deeper into that research on that. Purchasing an existing business can offer several advantages since you'll have a head start, right? You'll have a head start. I assume that, I don't know if you'll take on their customers and their products and services that they are already offering in their business. So it says, when it comes to an established customer base, just what I was thinking about, operational infrastructure and established brand recognition. This can save time and effort in building everything from scratch. Right. So in other words, you purchase a business they already have their brand identity. They already have they already have established their brand. In other words, they already have established their brand. Just think about companies like Nike, Walmart, K Swiss, um, you know, Reebok, Coca-Cola, different brands that already have established their brand identity. Their brand identity. You know who they are. You know the quality of their products and services. So when I go to Walmart, I already know about their brand identity. I already know that I'm going to get. I already know that I'm going to get what they say they are offering in their products and services. When I go there, when I go to Safeway, we have a brand over here called Safeway where we get our groceries. Safeway, Giant Food, we have Save-A-Lot, different brands, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Popeyes, McDonald's. So McDonald's is probably the largest, I guess I would say, fast food brand in the world. So when you go to McDonald's, you already know what you're gonna get. I already know they already have established their brand identity. The quality of their products and services are pretty much unmatched. Well, we do have Wendy's over here. Wendy's. Let's see, we have McDonald's, we have Wendy's, Church's Chicken, like I said, Popeyes, where they all have their different. Well, some of them sell pretty much the same products because McDonald's, you have the French fries, hamburgers, cheeseburgers. The Wendy's, they have French fries, cheeseburgers, hamburgers. I don't know if Wendy's sell chicken. I don't know. I don't know if they sell chicken, but I mean their products kind of vary. So, but still, when you go to those fast food restaurants, you pretty much know. I mean, because they've been around for what, 30, 40, maybe longer than that, years plus. And they already have established their brand. They established their brand identity. And they pretty much have a large customer base. It says, what are the startup costs when doing business globally? When exploring opportunities for businesses abroad, factoring in startup costs is crucial. Startup costs vary significantly depending on the industry, market, and chosen entry strategy. So whatever you're getting into the hair business, I mean, we may know something about this or that over here. In other words, you live in the United States, we know where to go purchase. In other words, you run a hair business, you may know where to go purchase your hair, like maybe Amazon or Alibaba or AliExpress. You may know where to purchase your products for your hair business. But if you're running a business overseas, then those are the things you definitely have to still do more research on. Where am I going to purchase my products for my business? Because I want to run this overseas business. What are the pros and cons of my business overseas? Where do I do? Where do I look? Where do I start? Where do I start? So, I mean, research, business planning, research, business plan, marketing plan, research. Those are the key things that need to be done in the beginning. So yeah, so I would love to start me a business somewhere out of the United States. It says With wise business, you can get paid in multiple currencies without worrying about huge fees. So this is a company, I guess you can go to, you can touch base with them, and I guess they will help you, with your business planning and everything. Let me see. Okay, then when I was talking about target market, is this your target market? What is the proximity to your target market? So yeah, when it comes to business, you definitely do think about your research, your marketing plan, business plan. You're thinking about your target market. You're thinking about what social media channels are you going to use? What marketing channels are you going to use to make sure your products and services are made available to the customer? So that comes in to play when you're thinking about marketing. What is your marketing strategy? Hey, I'm running this business overseas. So, I mean, how am I going to reach my target market? What is going to be my marketing plan? How am I going to let my customers know what I offer in my business? I mean, am I going to open do I want to open then you have to think about, right, what type of business you want to open? Am I going to open a hair salon? Do I want a grocery store, or, what type of business do I want to open overseas? Market research efforts could include analyzing local demographics, consumer behavior, purchasing power, and demand for the business's product or service. Right. That's a good thing to think about. So opening a business. So I know I did some research on entrepreneurship. So most entrepreneurs, when they open their business, they think about something that's needed in the market. So what's needed in the market? You're looking on the market. You're looking at the market. What do we have? We have this in the market. We have that, but we don't have this. This is something I want to create. This is something I want to open my business in, and I want to take it overseas, and that would be a big risk. But sometimes we have to stop thinking that it can't be done, because with hard work and determination, I hear that all the time. Anything can be done. But when you have a problem and you give up on it, if you give up, it's not going to work. It's not going to be successful. Another factor to look at is proximity to your target market. So in other words, you open a business overseas, and so they're just giving a few pointers. And this is an article, just giving a few pointers. In other words, you're thinking about your target market, and you're thinking about cultural barriers. You're thinking about your target market. What is going to be the proximity of your target market to where you're going to open your business? So proximity can significantly influence the business, since it impacts logistics, supply chain management, and customer service. Moreover, proximity can be a significant strength for your business, enabling quicker response times, reduced shipping costs, and better customer engagement. And then also, when you open up a business overseas, right, and you don't know the area, I'm thinking about, right, where is my customers? What is the proximity of these customers to my business? Everybody don't want to. Everybody may not want to just have a social. You need a social media presence in your business to keep up with your competitors. Because if you don't have that social media presence, you are going to be left behind. All your competitors, say for instance, somebody have a nail salon or whatever type of business they have, and then you have the same type of business. You still want that social media presence, so you can meet, so you can you know attract more customers. And also, if you have that social media presence, do you have a storefront? And as the article was saying, what is the proximity of your customers to your business? And then all these cultural differences So don't go open up a business and you don't know the language. You used to being in the United States and you can't. You have to get used to the culture in another country. It's good to do your research first. Sometimes you have to go over there. It would be good to go over there. Well, definitely you go there, survey the land and the property, and look into the cultural uh, differences that the people have over there. Wherever, like I said, Africa, Asia, whatever country you want to, Zimbabwe, whatever country, Egypt, whatever country in Africa that you may want to start a business. And you also, so along with your cultural differences, your barriers, you have your tax differences. It's just so many things. But like I said, research, marketing plan, business plan. Then you also have to check your local regulations while doing business abroad. If you choose to operate in a foreign country, it is vital to understand and comply with local regulations. Each country has its own legal framework. Each country has its own legal framework, business registration requirements, right? And we have a lot of requirements over here in the United States for your, when you open your business, you have to have your, you have to have certain business licenses, basic business license. You have to have your registered agent. You want your business name. Then you're thinking about what products and services are you going to offer. Where is your business going to be located? Over here in the United States, you still have to think about taxes, employees. How are you going to hire employees? You have to have tax forms and all that for your employees. So, I mean, you might want to get an LLC. Are you going to open an LLC, a limited liability company that protects your assets? So you won't be personally liable in case somebody tries to sue you. They can't sue you. They can't. They can't acquire your personal assets through your, LLC, but, you have to talk to a lawyer when it comes to that. So I'm not a lawyer, but my cousin is a lawyer. So, but when it comes to business, you just have to make sure you talk to the right people. So each country has its own legal framework. So it's the same thing in the United States. So opening a business abroad, you still, well, we know you have rules and regulations, protocol. You have your protocols, just like business over here in the United States. Business registration requirements, licensing procedures, and industry-specific regulations. And all of these can have a major impact on your business, including how quickly it can set up and what it can truly offer the target market. So what can you offer your target market? You have to definitely, like I said, about these brands that have been around for a long time. They have established their brand identity, their reputation. They built a strong reputation for offering superb products and services, products that's going to do what the company says the products are going to do. You don't want to go to McDonald's or Wendy's or Church's Chicken, Church's Chicken or Nike or yeah, I mean, you have the Jordan brand. Jordan partnered with the Nike brand. You don't want to purchase from those brands and find out that they don't offer and they don't stand behind their brand. So they don't stand behind their brand. So, but they have built a strong reputation, a strong brand identity, that offers quality products and services to the customers. They care about the customers. Understand taxation and reporting requirements. Taxation and reporting requirements vary across countries and can often be an issue for new businesses operating in foreign countries. Understanding and fulfilling these obligations is essential when doing business abroad, especially if you are a U.S. citizen with a foreign business. as there may be other tax implications. You should determine your tax residency status and identify any tax treaties that may provide benefits. And I was just reading, I don't know if it was on this article or one other article, that if you are a U.S. citizen and you're opening a business abroad, you still have to pay your U.S. taxes. And then you have to pay your taxes abroad for your business. If you're a U.S. citizen and you're opening your business abroad, and I was like, wow. And before starting a business abroad, it is best to familiarize yourself with local tax laws, right? Including corporate tax rates, value-added tax, or goods and services tax, if applicable, payroll taxes and customs duties. You should also do due diligence to understand and identify reporting obligations, such as filing annual financial statements or tax returns. Seeking professional advice from tax experts or accountants with international expertise can help you navigate the complexities of global taxation and protect your business. Common issues when doing business in another country. So what are the common issues of doing business in another country? Like I said, I will be thinking about the language barriers, cultural barriers. But I mean, I guess you wouldn't go open up a business in a country where you don't speak the language. Like I read earlier this morning where some countries don't even have English as their first language. So it wouldn't make sense to go, you over in the United States. I mean, you were born and raised in the United States, and then you go over here to another country that don't even speak your language. You wouldn't even be able to understand your customers. See, while starting a company abroad can be immensely exciting and rewarding. I don't know how excited I would. I mean, it may be exciting. I mean, it sounds exciting. There are some challenges you may have to navigate. Some common sense issues may include cultural differences, as I said, language barriers, unfamiliar business practices, and competition in the local market. Man, you are going to face competition in any business that you open. Even over here in the United States, you're always going to be met with competition. Your competitors are always going to. I mean, they might not be necessarily competing against you. It's just a fact of you trying to do something different, something unique in your business, offering quality products and services to draw customers to your business. I mean, those other businesses over there on the other side, I mean, they offer quality products and services just like you. What is so different about your business? What is different about your business that the customers want to come to your business as opposed to going to that other business over there? But you offer the same products and services. Say, for instance, I have my business. I have my nail salon. They have their nail salon, but they have the same services I have. We do the gel nails. We do this. We do that. We do everything. Both of our businesses offer the same services, products, and services. But what can you make unique about your business that can draw the customers in? Do you play music when they come in? I mean, what can you offer? Do you offer? When they walk in the door, do you give them a bag, a prize, or something? I mean, what can you do different that those other companies are doing, but they offer the same thing you offer? I mean, those are just the things that you can think about. It says that's why you should consider the cultural nuances of the market you are entering, as that can affect communication. And like I said, common issues, cultural differences, language barriers, unfamiliar business practices. So unfamiliar business practices and competition, right? So I was talking about competition in a local market. Local market overseas. So wherever you open your businesses, there is still going to be competition. I wouldn't say that the competitors necessarily competing against you. It ain't like you standing out in the street and they standing out there, and then y'all talking to one another and say, look, we're going to compete against each other. I want the customers to come to me. In other words, you got like a confrontation out in the street or something like that. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was just saying when I'm thinking about competition. But it's just the fact that I don't look at it as competition. I just look at it as if I'm running a business overseas or if I'm running a business over here in the United States, I just look at it as trying to please my customers, trying to do something that trying to offer something that I know my customers want and need. Try to offer quality products and services that's going to satisfy my customer, benefit my customer. I want to do something unique, and so that's the way I look at it. I don't think that I would, if I had a business, I don't want to think of it as, I'm in competition against these 4 or 5. If I have a nail salon, I'm in competition with these 4 or 5 nail salons within a certain distance of my business. So I don't want to think about it that way. I just want to offer the best that I can offer in my business. I want to offer something that my customers, my potential customers, my target market customers, I want to offer something that they want, something that they need, something that can benefit them. So that's a good strategy in business as well. You want to offer something that will benefit the customer. So when somebody go and get their nails done, that's benefiting them. You go to the doctor's office, get your ears cleaned out. That's a benefit. That's a business. That's a business as well. You go, a regular doctor, you go to the dentist, all those are businesses. They are offering a service that's benefiting the customer. Okay, other challenges with starting a business internationally may include logistics and supply chain management, currency fluctuations, political instability, and changes in local regulations. Yeah, you have to think about that too, because government regulates a lot of businesses. And you have to think about, like I said, do your research. Doing your research, you want to definitely look into the government procedures and regulations. And even if you open a business or, in the United States, you still want to look into the different laws. A lot of laws that you have to abide by when you're running your business. Get paid and make payments globally with Wise. So this is a company I never even heard about, but so in other words, if you already have your business or you planning on opening a business, this company right here called Wise, they can help you get paid and make payments globally. In other words, like I said, that comes in. That's important because, like I said, if you're dealing with your social media marketing. You want to be able to collect money. You have to collect your money when somebody purchases something. Somebody purchased something from your business. You want to be able to collect your money. In other words, when they pay, they say get paid and make payments globally, internationally. Let me see. I think that's all. Hold up. Okay, that's all for that. Yeah, so it's just something to think about. I don't know. I just thought about a topic like this. I know my degree was Downstream University Business Administration and Information Systems. So business is a broad term. There's just so much you can talk about. I mean, like I say, branding, marketing, advertising, promoting, competitive advantages. You're talking about the target market. You have to do your research. It's just so many different terms when it comes to business. I mean, you got international business, global business. You're going on, like I said, you're all operating and owning a business overseas. So going global and international, that does open up new markets for you. You're going to draw in more customers, just like having a social media presence. So it don't make sense to run a business and not have a social media presence. You're not keeping up with your competitors. If, say, for instance, you're running a business, whatever type of business you're running, but you don't have no social media presence, but you have a storefront, you can reach more customers. You can open yourself up to new markets, more markets, if you have that social media. I mean, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever social media platform you want to join. It says going global, the pros and cons of doing business overseas, advantages of doing business overseas. Doing business overseas, it can be a great way to expand the reach of your business, right? You doing business, can you do, I assume you can do business overseas just by running your business over here in the United States and then have that social media presence. Because if people can order, because I know I ran across some businesses, they say, well, we ship all over. I mean, I don't, unless you just want to have your storefront over there in another country, overseas. But I assume if you're running a business over here in the United States, if you are running a business over here in the United States, I assume you can, your social media presence, you can still reach new markets through your social media presence. People can order. I mean, that's if you ship in all those different countries. So sometimes those shipping companies, you have to look at that too, because sometimes, some shipping companies, they might not ship in they might not ship to certain countries. So doing business overseas can be a great way to expand the reach of your business, gain access to new markets, right, and increase profits. It can also bring with it a host of challenges, from navigating language and cultural barriers to dealing with unfamiliar legal and taxation systems. So I know I have some friends over there in Nigeria. And so when it comes to if you want to run a business over there in the country of Nigeria, the continent of Africa, their electricity, they don't have like we pay electric company. We pay our money to, our electric companies over here. Well, we only have like maybe only two of them, I believe. I think it's two, like Pepco. We have Pepco, the Potomac Electric Power Company, and then we have Virginia Electric Power Company. So Pepco, they basically monopolizes the market. So monopolize means they are taking over the market. So you don't have no other electric companies. Over here, we don't have. Pepco is all we have. That we pay a bill. We pay a bill to Pepco, and they monopolize the market when it comes to providing electricity for our homes. But over in Africa, I know my friend said that they have to. Well, they use generators in some parts of Nigeria. He said they use generators, but he said they had to wait till the people bring the electricity. I'm like, wait a minute now, what is going on? But I said, we are blessed. When I think about it, I said, we are blessed. A lot of times you have to think about the advantages that we do have over here in the United States of America. We are definitely blessed. So some people take it for granted, but I am blessed and honored to be an American, for sure. Despite the risks, there are many advantages to doing business overseas. Yeah, let me hear about these advantages about doing business overseas. It said there are many advantages to doing business overseas that can make it an attractive option for organizations looking for ways to grow their operations. One of the biggest benefits of doing business overseas is gaining access to new markets. Yeah, you're doing business overseas, you get gaining access to new markets. I will be doing more research on these, these different countries. So it's just so much that I can discover, so much information that I want to pull up, for my next live video. By expanding into foreign countries, businesses can reach a much larger customer base, increasing their potential for growth and profit. Additionally, some countries may be more willing to accept new products or services than others, right? Some countries. That's why I say their research, marketing research, their business plan, their marketing plan, their research. That way you have to do their research. You have to dig down into them different countries and find out about their tax laws, their cultural barriers that you may run across, the different markets that you will have, that you could have access to. So many things that you have to think about. Additionally, some countries may be more willing to accept new products and or services than others, giving companies the opportunity to establish themselves in a new market before competition catches up. In other words, they're saying that, I guess that means that if you open a business over there, are they going to be willing to take a liking to the products and services that you're going to be bringing over there? In other words, if I open a business over there overseas in Nigeria, Zimbabwe, or Israel over there in Africa, if I open my business over there, will those customers over there, those residents over there, I mean, over here we call them residents. So I don't know what they call them over there. I guess we're residents over here in the United States of America. But so those are the things that is, I will have to find out. But will they be welcoming to the products and services that I'm going to bring and that I'm going to offer in my business if I'm running my business over in another country? So I mean, it's just so many things to think about. You don't want to just then you definitely want to go over there and look at your prospects, look at your land, look at the cultural environment, and look at before you decide what country you want to operate your business in overseas. Another advantage of doing business overseas is the potential for cost reduction. Operating in countries with lower labor costs and or taxes can save businesses money in the long run by reducing operational costs. This savings can be passed on to customers in the form of lower prices or used to reinvest in the company's growth. Additionally, investing in overseas markets can open up opportunities for cheaper raw materials, which can further reduce costs. So there are a lot of so what the article is saying, there are a lot of advantages to opening a business overseas. Pros and cons. There are some advantages and some disadvantages. So you have to see what country you want to operate your business in overseas, and you have to see. You want to know, do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? So I want to say it like that. By exploring different markets, organizations can gain insight into consumer needs and trends that are unique to other parts of the world. This can help them develop new products or services that may not be available in their home country. Right, that's a good idea right there. In other words, you opening a business in another country, you might be offering in your business something that they don't have. That's what I was saying earlier when I was talking about entrepreneurs, how they when they open their business, a lot of times they look at the things that may not be on the market, and they may say, well, I think I want to open a business in this, offering these services. I want to offer these products. I want to offer these services because they don't have a lot of these things on the market. So that's what they're saying here, as far as when you go to other countries. I mean, I learned a lot myself when I do this. When I do these little research articles, when I look at these articles in my research, I learn as well. In other words, you open up a business in another country, you open a business overseas. So say, for instance, you go to Zimbabwe, you go to Israel, you want to open a business, and you should have done your research ahead of time. You want to look at the barriers, you want to look at the cultural differences, you want to see, you want to think about your target market, and also, as the article was just mentioning, what can you offer in your business over there in Zimbabwe that they don't have over there? So that would be a good business. That would be, you have to reach out to the people, your potential customers, and see what type of products and services they may want and they may need. So that is good because when it comes to business, it's not about you anyway. I always learn it's about the customer. The customer is always number one. But I know in one of my courses, I did a research article. I researched an article on I think it was Southwest Airlines. Yeah, Southwest Airlines, where they said their employees, get that, hear that. They said the employees were number one. Well, most businesses, they always say, oh, the customer is number one. But Southwest Airlines, they said the employees are number one, because the reason why they said that is because the employees, those are the first people that we encounter as customers when we come into business. When you shop at Walmart, Kmart, Target, Nike, first person you encounter is employee. You encounter an employee working for that company, and so what I uncovered in my research is that if the employees are beat down, underpaid, working in stressful, hazardous working environments, it's going to trickle down to the customer. You working for a company and you haven't gotten a raise. You haven't gotten a raise. You haven't gotten a raise in 10 years, 5 years. Your pay is low. The working environment is not satisfactory. So it's just a lot of problems, you're going through in your job. You beat down and, they're not paying you what you're worth. They're not paying you. So remember Taraji said they wasn't paying her worth. So, I mean, sometimes then your performance is going to be lacking. You working at the cash register, you're going to take it out on the customer. 9 times out of 10, you may take it out on the customer because you're like, oh, they're not paying me. They're not paying me what I'm worth. My working conditions are, not top flight. I mean, they don't have to be top flight, but my working conditions are not up to the standard. Everything should be to the standard. But, so that's what it is when it comes to that. And finally, doing businesses overseas can open up potential partnerships and investments with local companies as well as international firms. Foreign companies may have expertise or resources that could be helpful for a business growth. While local firms may have more knowledge about local regulations or customs that could prove useful. Additionally, partnering with another firm could help a business gain access to markets or resources that would otherwise be difficult or expensive to obtain on its own. Right? So you're running your business overseas, and it opens up a lot of possibilities for you. So it opens up somebody see you in your business, they may like what you're doing. They might say, oh yeah, I might want to partner with you and go in business with you. So this says additionally, partnering with another firm could help a business gain access to markets or resources that would otherwise be difficult. So if you partner with somebody else in your business, you go into a partnership, or do you want a sole proprietor, or you still want to stick with your sole proprietorship, your partnership, you want to go into a partnership, you want your corporation or your LLC, your limited liability company. In other words, you're going into a partnership with somebody else, another company. That also will open up, they're saying that also will open up new markets, because in other words, they may be coming in to the partnership with this and that, and you may come in, you might not have as much as them coming in, but you may come in with a lot, they may come in, and once you put everything together, that's what they said, it will open up new markets. So in other words, you're going into a partnership with another company, they may, 9 times out of 10, they already have built a strong brand, like Walmart, Kmart, Target, Nike, Church's Chicken, McDonald's. All those brands have built a strong identity. a strong, they built a great reputation. They have built a great reputation. Their products and their services always do what they say their products and services are going to do. So, the brand identity, your reputation, that's very important when it comes to business. I mean, sometimes it takes years and years to build a strong business identity. Overall, there are many advantages of doing business overseas. While it can present some challenges, the potential benefits far outweigh any risks associated with operating in foreign markets. So when you think about operating your business in the markets over here in the United States of America, then what about opening your business, operating your business over in the foreign market? It's scary. And then also, what I didn't mention is you definitely still have to think about crime. You have to think about crime in certain areas, but a lot of times people don't tell you. They may not tell you the exact. They might not tell you exactly the numbers, the crime numbers. I don't know, but I mean, you have to still do your research. You don't want to go into an overseas market and you're thinking about barriers, cultural differences, taxes, and then you have to think about crime. Excuse me, you have to think about crime in certain areas. So, like I said, research. So, disadvantages. I thought the article was finished. I guess that was all. That was just the advantages. So, the disadvantages of doing business overseas. Okay, doing business overseas is an incredibly exciting prospect, but it's not without its drawbacks. Before you take the plunge and make an international move, you should be aware of the potential disadvantages of doing business overseas. So, business into a foreign market. It says here are some of the most common issues that can arise when expanding your business into a foreign market. I mean, it sounds interesting and intriguing and it's exciting. But, culture shock, that's what I was saying. You're going to be immersed in a different cultural environment. They do things differently over there in these different countries, these different cities, these different countries. No matter how much research you do before entering a new market, there will always be cultural differences that are impossible to anticipate, even within a single country. Different regions may have their own customs and beliefs. Right. That's what the culture is. Your culture over here in the United States. Well, our culture over here in the United States is different from the culture over there in those overseas continents or countries. So the continent of Africa, the continent of Asia. For example, if you're doing business in China, keep in mind that the Chinese have a strong sense of hierarchy and respect for elders. This means that a young CEO might have difficulty getting his point across to Chinese business partners. And I think Africa too, or in the continent of Africa, they have a strong respect for their elders as well. They greet, because I did some research on that on Africa too. They basically greet their elders like often, like that. Those are not the things that we do over here in the United States of America. Sometimes we see people, we just walk right past them. But over in Africa, like they said in China, in Africa, they take high regard with their elders. Understanding the culture of your target market is essential. Right, understanding the essential. Understanding the culture of your target market is essential. And it can take time to adjust to new norms and adequate political instability. Right. I mean, everywhere around the country, around the world, we all have our political differences. Political differences. Somebody may want to vote for this person. They have their reasons why they may be voting for this person, this congressman, this mayor, this president. Over here, well, over there in Africa, and I mean, out the country, they don't vote. They don't vote for our candidates over here, but we still have they still it still can get political if you're in another country. So and then when you're traveling like that, you have to sometimes it's not good to voice your opinion on certain topics, because if you get into a disagreement with somebody and you out the country, and then it could be bad for you. It could be bad, for you, for me, for anybody. So when doing business overseas, political instability is always a risk. This can range from subtle changes in government regulations to full-blown civil unrest. Yep, you can just you can be talking about a subject. Yeah, I mean, people do that even when it comes to football. You sit around talking about, I mean, some people like the Dallas Cowboys, and some people like the Commanders, some people like the Chiefs, some people like Baltimore Ravens, some people like this team or that team, and sometimes it's not good to even voice your opinion. If you like a certain team, just keep it to yourself. Because if you're around the wrong crowd, if you are around the wrong crowd, then so if you're around the wrong crowd, you can, pretty much chalk it up. Yeah, you're around the wrong crowd. You don't want to be around the wrong crowd talking about the wrong subject. It says that's why a lot of times I'm quiet. I know back in the day, my friends used to always say, "You so quiet." I say, "That's what I'm gonna be, quiet." When doing business overseas, political instability is always a risk. No. And then we have our language barriers. While English, this is what I read about earlier. This is probably where I read it at. While English is widely spoken in many countries, there are still many places where it's not the official language or even widely used. So in other words, like I said, you have to do your research. You have to do the language barriers, cultural barriers. That's what they're saying right here on this article right here. Language barriers, English is not even widely spoken. It's not widely used in some countries, some cultures. It says there are still many places where English is not the official language. We over in the United States, we go on lollygagging, we running our mouth, and we lollygagging, and English is our natural language. We don't think about nothing else. I mean, we do have Spanish, people speak Spanish over here in the United States. They speak English. I mean, I know when I was in school, I don't know, high school, I think I took a French class. That was it. I wish I would have took Spanish though, but I took French. I don't remember too much of it, but if you go to France, you might want to learn a language before you go. You go to Spain, you might want to learn a little Spanish before you go. I mean, but like they said in the article, it says some places don't even, English is not their first language. English over here is our first language. A lot of college students that come here from another country, I know they have to take English. What's it? English as a second language, I believe. I believe they take English as a second language when they're in college. Because I know when I was in college, they had courses. They did have courses where some of the students had to take English as a second language because they come from another country. They come from another culture, This can create communication issues between you and your customers or business partners. It can also make it difficult to navigate bureaucracy and legal systems if you don't understand the local language. Right. So it doesn't make sense to not do your research before you think about opening a business in a different market. Like I said, those cultural differences, those legal barriers, those language barriers. So do your research. You do a marketing research, your marketing plan, business plan. Your strategy is your plan. So cost, and also the cost of exporting. The costs associated with exporting goods or services can add up quickly. You may need to hire additional staff, pay for additional shipping costs, or even invest in additional capital equipment. There may also be additional taxes or duties imposed by the target country that could eat into your profits. Be sure to factor in all these costs before deciding whether or not to enter a new market. In other words, you're thinking about opening a business overseas. Definitely do your research, because you have to think about what business licenses you need. It's just a lot to think about. I mean, that's why research, business plan, marketing plan, research. You want to look at the pros and the cons of doing business overseas, the cultural differences, the language barriers, uh, taxes, and other things like cost of exporting your goods, for your business, currency fluctuations, right? So you could be used to the United States of America, you're used to their currency, but when you have a business over in, you have an overseas business, you definitely have to think about the currency fluctuations, inflation, and different things like that, taxes, inflation. It's so much to think about. But so it don't make sense to start a business without doing that proper research. Because, like they say, different countries have different laws and they have their different cultural differences. Exchange rates can fluctuate significantly from one day to the next, which can cause major headaches for businesses operating overseas. If you're receiving payments from customers or paying suppliers in another currency, right, this can have a dramatic impact on your bottom line. It's important to factor in exchange rate risks when deciding on pricing models and payment terms with foreign customers and suppliers. Security issues. That's what I was saying. I mean, crime, you have to think about crime. I assume they want to be talking about crime. Yeah, you open a business in a different country. Like I said, you don't know about the crime in that particular area. We know here in the United States, we have a lot of crime over here. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's true. I've been in the United States all my life. And, just in the past few days, we have had so much pertaining to crime, and I mean, if you look at the news every day, it's always something. And then the school systems, have to be, they have had their fair share of troubles, in these school systems. I know my grandkids, they are in school, so I do worry about them too. When I look at the news every day, I see it's always something happening. So I worry about my friends' kids, my grandkids. My kids finish school, so but we're thinking about security. So we had a fire department going past. Security issues, like I said, security issues. Security is always a major concern when doing business overseas, right? Security, because we hear about things too happening over there overseas. Well, we know the war is still going on in what's that, in Russia? Russia and Israel still at war, and so we hear about things over here too as well. So my friends, they over there in Nigeria. So my friends over there in Nigeria, one of my friends said he definitely keeps up with what's going on over here in the United States, because he's in Africa. Now he's in Nigeria, and I definitely want to get him on my panel one day. Well, one day I can get him on here. I want to get him on here to just talk about some things. But so that would be coming probably next, as soon as I can get him, on my panel. Make sure that all of your data is encrypted and protected from cyber attacks, right? That's important too. Cybersecurity, regular security. If you have a storefront, you still think about that type of security as well. Cybersecurity and other security threats. You should also take steps to protect yourself from physical threats. That's what I'm saying, physical threats. Because I would hate for myself to have a business, and then somebody come over there, those foreigners, I would be a foreigner because I'll be over there in their country. They come in there causing trouble. I mean, you have to be prepared. So it says you should also take steps to protect yourself from physical threats such as theft or vandalism at your offices or warehouses abroad. Doing business overseas can be incredibly rewarding, but it's important to understand the potential risks before taking the plunge. Right. Make sure you understand all of the potential disadvantages of doing business overseas so that you can make an informed decision about whether or not it is right for you. And like I said, here goes some cultural considerations. Cultural considerations for successful international expansion. Now, this is a long article. International expansion is a major undertaking for any business and requires careful consideration of cultural factors to ensure success. With the changing global landscape, businesses are incredibly expanding into new markets, oftentimes in countries with different cultural norms and expectations. While this can be a great opportunity for expansion, it requires extra caution when planning and executing strategies. So with the changing global landscape, businesses are increasingly expanding into new markets. Yeah, so if you open your business overseas, or you like I said, I read previously in this article where what if you obtain a partnership, somebody that's already overseas, and you coming over, you want to join into a partnership. So you still have to adapt to the changing global landscape, and your business will definitely be able to expand into new markets, oftentimes in countries with different cultural norms and expectations. So there, I guess you have to assume. You won't have to assume. You will definitely know that cultural barriers, cultural norms, and expectations will definitely be different than over here in the United States of America. Like when I was listening to that round table talk, that these, I guess I would call them residents. I think it was Africa. It was Nigeria, a country in Africa, which is Nigeria. Yeah, they were just sitting around. They had their little round table talk, and they were, they were people that started their business. They came over to Africa and they started their business. And they was, they're trying to, I guess they were basically trying to tell other people, there's nothing wrong. Come on over here. Come on over here. We welcome you. They always say, come on to Africa. We welcome you. They had a lot of ladies and gentlemen. They were talking. They were like, look, when they said when they came over there to Africa, they were welcomed with open arms. And they said that they came from the United States, and they didn't get that over here in the United States. They said that's what they get all the time. They said when they first came over there, started their businesses, they were welcomed with open arms. So they was like, come on over here. But the thing is, the one gentleman was like, look, don't come over here and think you're going to bring that culture from the United States of America over here. So don't come over here thinking you're going to do that. So if you think you're going to do that, then you're not going to be successful. So in other words, if you open your business, or even if you just go over there to live, not open a business. But the thing is, you have to have a job plan. You have to have a plan for how you're going to make your living. You can't just go to Africa and think you're going to make it, because you'll end up amongst the poor ranks. So, so you don't want to end up, because I thought about that myself. I said, most of the people that make it over there, they running their own businesses. That seems to me like, unless they got a job in the school system. Like my friend, his sister, she works she's the principal of one of those schools over there in Nigeria. So, I mean, you have to have a plan for a job. You can't just pick up and move to one of those foreign countries overseas. But yeah, so you have to, that is how it goes. You have to, they said, well, don't come over here. You know, they had their little round table talk. They said, you know, like Jada Pinkett had her Jada Pinkett had her round red table talk. They had their little African table talk. And they were like, look, don't come over here and think you're going to bring that United States of America culture over here, because it ain't going to fly over here. And the thing is, you got to think about the government. The government over there, and you in a foreign country, you overseas. How does the government work? You know, are they friendly? You know, that's what I think about. I mean, you know, we don't see the people in government over here, but, you know, we have been treated pretty well over here. But over there, so I'm just saying, you know, you have to think about all that. I mean, I've been thinking, that's what I think about. I'm like, shoot, if I move to Africa, if I move to Nigeria, I mean, how is the government going to treat me as a United States citizen coming from the United States over here, you know? Then you, yeah, like I said, if you want to open your business, you know, I mean, there's different barriers, cultural barriers, financial barriers, tax barriers, all kind of stuff, you know. So you worry about how you are going to be treated. So the last one I talked about was cultural considerations. Let me see. I think that was the last one. That was the next one. Oh, okay. I finished that one. How do I get back up there? Okay, let me go to number 4. Navigating language and communication barriers in a global market. Language and communication barriers can be a major challenge of businesses operating in a global market. If a company is unable to effectively communicate with customers, suppliers, and other stakeholders, it can be difficult to achieve success. However, with the right strategies, companies can overcome communication barriers to expand their operations and gain access to new markets. So it says if a company is unable to effectively communicate with customers, yeah, you don't want to go and be immersed in the market, opening up a business overseas, and you can't even communicate with your customers. So all that will come in due time. When I guess first of all, you have to do your research. You want to know the language. What language? Hey, I want to do. I might want to say, hey, I want to open a business in Zimbabwe. I want to open a business in Israel. I want to do my research. What type of language do they speak? How many languages do they speak? I'm going to Africa, Nigeria. Africa, they speak about, I think, over 50. I think, according to my research, over 50 different languages. But I know English is, I think English is the main, the first language, because I know my friends, they do speak English. And then sometimes we'll be talking on the phone, and then he'll be talking to his sister, and then he starts talking in African language. He'll start talking in that language from Africa, and I'll be like, nah, don't speak that type of language. Look, talk English. I just want to hear the English. When I'm on the phone with you, just talk English. He said, well, y'all speak y'all language over there too. I said, yeah, well, English. But I'm talking to you, speak English. But see, because you got to be careful, because sometimes they're talking their language because they don't want you to know what they're talking about. I'm like, you could be talking about me, for all I know. I'm like, nah. He said, okay, yeah. I said, yeah, speak English, you know. Don't slip to the side and then speak your native language. But they do, English is one of the languages that they do speak over in Africa. Okay, wait, I was on number 4. Okay, I just read number 4. Okay. Yeah, companies should consider bilingual staff members who can serve as interpreters or cultural liaisons on international projects. Yeah, right. So if I had my business overseas, I would definitely probably want to hire somebody. But I'm just I just did the research because this is something I wanted to know a little bit more about. But it would be a good idea to have somebody that is bilingual, somebody that can help, let's say, a cultural liaison on your international projects. So that's good. So it won't be just somebody that just speaks English. It would be somebody that can probably speak more than one language. Overall, navigating language and communication barriers in a global market can be challenging, but not impossible. by understanding the cultural context, leveraging technology, and hiring bilingual staff members. Companies can overcome these barriers and expand their operations into new markets, global markets. Number 5, you have your tax regulations and tax implications on doing business internationally. Yeah, I assume the tax situation would be different, but I know I was talking to my friend and I was like, don't y'all pay taxes? Because he's over there in Nigeria. I'm like, do you pay taxes? And he didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, what? But I'm trying to figure out right here. It says businesses are increasingly becoming global in nature, right? As they reach out to foreign markets and develop relationships with international customers. So in other words, this seems like this is somebody. I mean, I guess you could be in the United States. I mean, we know you can be in the United States and you can run a business in the United States and you can reach out to international markets. See, businesses are increasingly becoming global in nature, right? Global and international. As they reach out to foreign markets and develop relationships with international customers, right? Developing relationships with international customers. While this can provide substantial opportunities for growth, it also carries with it unique regulatory and tax implications. Companies of all sizes can benefit from understanding the rules and regulations that govern international business, as well as the tax implications of doing business overseas. When a company does business outside of its home country, it must be aware of the laws and regulations that apply in a foreign jurisdiction. Right. That's why I said you just have to do your research or whatever, when it comes to the country that you want to do your business in. Do your research. Do some extensive research. You want to know everything. You want to know what barriers do they have? Language barriers, cultural barriers, cultural differences. Your laws, your rules and regulations. Laws, 'cause laws are different. Laws are different. Definitely laws. If you out the country, laws want to be different from the laws that you encounter over here in the United States of America. Compliance with these laws is critical to avoiding fines and other penalties. Different countries have different laws regarding labor, safety, environmental protection, taxes, and more. Companies must become familiar with the laws in the countries in which they operate and should ensure that their operations are compliant. In addition to legal requirements, businesses must also consider the tax implications of doing business internationally. Companies must be aware of the different taxes they may face on income earned in other countries. So you earn an income in other countries. Excuse me. So you earn an income in other countries. You have to be aware. You'll be made aware when you do your research. I mean, if you can make calls, or sometimes it's definitely good to visit. You thinking about operating a business or opening a business in another country, it's definitely a good idea to visit. Visit several times before you even, make the final decision. The same thing as far as when you're moving. You want to move to another country. You want to move to Zimbabwe. You want to move to Israel. You want to go to Africa, and those various different countries you're thinking about moving in, you want to move there, so do your research. So many, like I said, and crime and cultural differences, barriers, tax implications, so many things that you definitely, you want to make a list, put things down on your list, that way you'll know. Keep a track of what's going on, before you get there. You want to move to another country, you definitely want to find out a whole lot. Same thing with a business. If I want to move somewhere to a particular country, or if I want to open a business in a different country overseas, I'm definitely going to do my research. And it said, depending on the country and the nature of the business activity being conducted, it's a very good point there too. Depending on the country. So whatever country you're thinking about moving or operating your business in, you definitely want to, make sure you do your research. Like I said, cultural differences is probably one of the main issues that you may face, because you can't go over there and think you're going to run your business and do the same thing you same things you would do if you had a business over here in the United States and you had a business over there in another country, you definitely will know that things will be different. It's important to understand what's required before beginning operations in a foreign market. Finally, businesses must be aware of any exchange control regulations that apply in the countries in which they operate. Exchange controls limit or prohibit certain types of transactions and can include restrictions on moving money out of a country or into another currency. Right, yeah. Moving money into another currency. So I know I was asking my friend about the Nigeria. In Nigeria, do they accept the United States money, the dollar? We have the dollar. Yeah, so they United States, we use the United States dollar bill. I think Mexico used the pesos. But he said he told me that United States money is accepted all over. But that's something I don't even know. But I have to do more research on that too. That's what he told me. But I mean, I saw the money that they use over there. Their money definitely looks different. Exchange control. Listen, finally, businesses must be aware of any exchange control regulations. Exchange control limit or prohibit certain types of transactions and can include restrictions on moving money out of a country or into another currency. Understanding exchange controls is important for businesses to extend to move money across borders or hold funds in different currencies. Doing business internationally presents significant opportunities for growth. Yes, in other words, you're doing business internationally, they're basically operating the business. You operate the business in the United States. Well, I guess that's what they say. No, I think this is if you're doing your business internationally, you're over there. It depends. Whatever you want, you can have a business over in the United States, and you still can reach markets. You can reach larger markets with your social media platform, I assume. I guess it depends. Like I said, if certain shipping companies will ship to those certain international countries. But then if you go you're actually over there in one of those overseas countries, if you're over there in one of those overseas countries, and so you have to, those are some of the things you have to think about. You're over there, you're running a business internationally, you're over there in those countries, and you're operating your business. You have an opportunity for growth. Doing business internationally presents significant opportunities for growth, but it also requires companies to understand and comply with applicable regulations and tax laws. Businesses should take the time to become familiar with applicable laws and taxation systems in order to ensure compliance and minimize their tax liabilities. Understanding exchange control regulations is also important for businesses to extend to move money across borders or hold funds in different currencies. So let me go to number 6, establishing a global supply chain and distribution network. I don't know how many is in this article. Let me see, that was number 6. 7, 8, it must be 10. Okay, it's only, I'm gonna skim through these real quick. What I'm on? I'm on number 7. Let me see, number 7. Number 7 is adapting digital strategies to reach a global audience. Adapting digital strategies. So like I said, that's what I'm saying. It takes a strategy, it takes a plan, marketing plan, business plan. So your digital strategy, most companies are going digital. Most companies have gone digital, Digital it's the computer age. That's what digital means. The computer age, the internet age. The digital age is transforming the way businesses operate, and companies must be prepared to adapt their digital strategies if they want to reach a global audience. If you want to reach a global audience and a national audience, you have to, that's what I'm saying. That's when it comes into their having that social media platform. You'll be behind your competitors if you don't have that social media platform. You can't reach those new markets. You can't reach those high. You can't reach the that higher amount of customers. Target market. Your target market reach would be higher with that digital platform. Um, it says companies must be prepared to adapt their digital strategies if they want to reach a global audience. Yeah, I would. If I had a business, I definitely would want to reach that global audience. I want that global audience reach. The key to success lies in understanding global markets and developing tailored strategies that account for regional differences. At the heart of any successful digital strategy is a thorough understanding of the customer. Right, you have to understand the customer. What does the customer want? What does the customer need? How can I satisfy the customer? How can I offer something unique to the customer that my competitors are not offering? How you treat the customer makes a big, I guess I would say makes a big difference in how they will flock to you. A lot of times as a customer, I do look at the brand identity. Have they built a strong brand identity over the years? I look at their logos, their labels, their marketing strategies, their trademarks, trade names. I look at everything when it comes to a business. I look at how they treat their customers, how their stores are laid out, how the stores clean, and first and foremost, the quality of their products and services. Yeah, then you definitely want to be treated fairly as a customer when whether you order online or you go to their storefront. At the heart of any successful digital strategy is a thorough understanding of the customer, right? Companies must develop a deep understanding of their target audiences, your target market. Your target market. Who are you going to sell to? What are you offering to your target market? Where is your target market? What marketing channels are you going to use to reach your target market? In other words, I see a lot of companies, they use their social media marketing channels, social media. They're using those to reach us as a customer. You go online, Walmart, they have an online presence. Target, they have an online presence, so you can order food and anything you need, clothes, shoes, toys, anything from Walmart and Target. And then even these fast food brands, you can order. I think it's Grubhub. So yeah, Grubhub, you can order from Wendy's, McDonald's. Yeah, they deliver right to your door. Target, they deliver to your door. Walmart deliver to your door. Amazon. So they all have this digital online presence. So at the heart of any successful digital strategy, that's part of their digital strategy. Companies must develop a deep understanding of the target audience. The target audience's needs. So they want to know what we need, what we want. So I did a video also on SEO, search engine optimization. So that's what a lot of companies are using, search engine optimization. So you go online, and when you type in certain businesses' names, their business will come up. So they are searchable. You can find them. So that comes under search engine optimization. So companies must develop a deep understanding of their target audience's needs, wants, and preferences. So when you go to these websites, you can see that a lot of companies, that you are familiar. So familiarity. I don't like that word. But when you think about that word, and you think about a certain company, is that company familiar to you? Are their products and services familiar to you? 9 times out of 10. When I go to McDonald's, all their products and services are familiar to me. I know when I go to McDonald's what's on the product line list. I already know the French fries, the hamburgers, the fish sandwiches, the ice cream cones, and Chanela chocolate milkshake, vanilla milkshake. So I know it's in that product line. When I go to Wendy's, I know what's in their product line. So I already know, what I don't know what I want sometimes, but I know what they have in their product line. Just like Nike. Nike, I know, the Nike shoes. And sometimes I might want to order some of the Jordan shoes, since Jordan partnered with Nike. So I already know. I know what's in their product line. So I already know what I'm going to get. So I'm going to get quality. I'm going to get quality products and services. They must also assess how the customer interacts with their product or service. Yeah, that's why they usually do a survey a lot of times. They want to, they ask you, were you satisfied with your order? Did you have any problems with your order? Did you get your order on time? They ask you different questions in the survey. They always say, well, you've been selected. Congratulations, you've been selected to do the survey. No, it wasn't no congratulations. Congratulations. Wasn't no congratulations for me to do no survey. You just wanted me to do one. It's like you want all your customers to do a survey. It said they must also assess how the customer interacts with their product or service, right? Including language, currency, and payment preferences. With this insight in hand, companies can tailor their strategies to ensure maximum effectiveness and reach. Once companies have identified their target market, they need to consider the user experience. The customer experience with a product or service can make or break a digital strategy. So it's crucial to optimize every step of the journey. This includes providing clear and concise product information, designing a friendly user website, and ensuring customer support is available in the local language. If a company fails to properly consider the user experience, it risks alienating customers and determining its efforts to reach a global audience. In addition to the user experience, companies must also consider the various search engine optimization. I was just talking about that, SEO. So companies must also consider the various search engine optimization algorithms that are used by different countries and regions. Yeah, so when you think about companies over here, we think about the search engine optimization over here. But over there in overseas markets, in the overseas markets, we have to think about that too, because they have businesses over there. So when you do research, because I think I did some research on some designer companies over there in Nigeria. So they come up, you can find them, they're searchable. You can look, so they're searchable under the search engine optimization. Companies must be aware of these differences and develop strategies that appeal to all audiences. Yep, you have to appeal to all your audiences, all your target markets, your potential target market. Finally, businesses must decide which digital channels they use to reach their target audience. What digital, I call it marketing channels, so to me it's the same thing. They saying digital channels they will use to reach their target audience. I say target market. Same thing. This could include social media platforms, like I was saying. You have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, search engine marketing, SEM, email campaigns, right? Or other forms of digital marketing. Companies should carefully consider their budget and resources when selecting channels. Yep, the marketing channels. So your marketing channels, digital channels, marketing channels, same thing. So with social media, your marketing channel, though, it doesn't have to be digital, but digital channels would be like you on a computer, your social media marketing channels give you a platform, give you a way to access your customers. Yeah, your customers, So it says each platform requires different levels of investment. It's also important to understand how each channel works and what types of content will be most effective for reaching users in different parts of the world. Right? You want to reach users in different parts of the world, different customers in different parts of the world. See, by understanding global markets, optimizing for the user experience, considering SEO algorithms, and selecting appropriate digital channels, companies can ensure their strategies are effective and successful in reaching a global audience. So search engine optimization, right? So if you're running a company, you definitely want to be in the search engine optimization algorithm so customers can find you. If I'm looking for some designer t-shirts or pants, and you offer that in your business, but you're not reachable, you're not searchable. When I search online, I go to Google. When I search online and you don't come up, then how are you going to attract customers if you're not under the search engine optimization? So it says, yeah, you won't be able to reach those global markets. See, by understanding global markets, optimizing for the user experience, considering SEO, search engine optimization algorithms, and selecting appropriate digital channels, right, companies can ensure that strategies are effective and successful in reaching a global audience. That's the best way to reach the global audience. So you go to Google, you type in Nike, that's going to come up. They're searchable. You can find them. Say, look, I want to find out where the nearest Nike store is to me, or I want to go to the Nike website. I just want to see what you have in your product line. You can see what a company has in their product line. As long as they're searchable, you can find them. Search engine optimization. So I want to be able to find you. I need this, I need that. And sometimes you might not fully know all the products a company may offer in their product line, but if they're searchable and you can go, they have a website, or you can go to Google and search for them, then you can find that out. And the last one is overcoming common challenges of doing business abroad. Doing business abroad can be an exciting and rewarding experience, but it can also be a huge challenge. There are many common challenges. One of the most common challenges businesses face abroad is the language barrier. I thought I read that. Let's see. Hold up. They put that, okay, they just have this. This is the last one, though, but they mentioned it again. Yeah, one of the most common challenges is the language barrier. Like I said, the language barriers, cultural barriers. They do things differently over there. So like the gentleman said in the round table talk, he said, if you think you're gonna come over here to the United States, if you think you're gonna come from the United States of America over here and be immersed in this culture, and think you're gonna bring that culture over here from the United States of America, then you might as well stay over there, because it's not gonna work over here. It's not gonna work. One of the most common challenges, like I said, language barriers, cultural barriers, different, taxes, security, a lot of things you have to think about. You have to think about the security issues, and also they were saying something about the cybersecurity issues. It said the cultural nuances of communication can still be difficult to navigate. It is essential to do your research, and gain an understanding of the culture and language of the target country before attempting to do business there. Right, do your research. Like I said, your marketing plan, your business plan. Definitely do your research. And dig deep down into those countries, whatever country you want to do business in, because crime is everywhere. You don't want to go over there in another country like Zimbabwe, Israel, or Nigeria, Africa, the continent of Africa, the continent of Asia, the continent of Europe, or wherever you want to go. Even if you want to go to Mexico, you want to go, somewhere that's in the United States. You still want to think about the crime issues, the crime rates in those cities, in those countries. Yeah, you want to think about it's a lot of things you probably have to write a list. Proper licenses. You might want to get a trademark. But sometimes it might not be good to get your trademark right away. But you have to check with a trademark lawyer. Somebody that can help you better with that. Because I'm not a lawyer, but I know a lot of people have said that they have gotten, trademarks and stuff for their businesses that they started. But I mean, these brands that have been around for a long time, like the ones that I named, Nike and Walmart, Kmart, Target, the tennis shoe brands, all of them, they all have they all have their trademark, trade name. You have a hair salon, you have a service mark, but you talk to a lawyer, get your paperwork drawn up. You want things done right. You want the proper business licenses. You want everything, legally in order that you need. You want things legally in order that you need when you operate the business, whether it's overseas or in the United States of America. Because if you don't have the proper business licenses, you need, registered agent, the proper business licenses, your registered agent, your proper business licenses, uh, whatever you need. You want an LLC, you want a sole proprietorship, you want a partnership, you want a corporation. So you would talk to the right people. You would talk to the people in your state. They have certain offices in different states. But then over in those other countries, but over here in the United States, we go to Consumer and Regulatory Affairs. You can open your business right online. Consumer and Regulatory Affairs. They tell you what type of, you check off what type of business you want to open, and then they're gonna tell you what type of business licenses you need. Because sometimes you need 2 or 3 different licenses for a particular business. So when you're dealing in food, there's a lot comes with the food business. They have to make sure you have a clean, you have to make sure you have clean hands. You have to make sure you have a clean place. Inspections, and it's a lot when it comes to dealing in food. So if I ran a business, if I opened a business, I would like to do clothes. I would like a clothing business. If I did something like that, even if I decided to open a business overseas, it would be more than likely clothing. I wouldn't want to deal with nothing that had to do with food, because I know we all have to eat and all that, but it's just a lot more rules and regulations that come with dealing in food. You open a restaurant, there's a lot that comes with that. Different inspections. They have to definitely make sure you don't have no rats and rodents and mice and all that in your food. They have to make sure it's clean, because soon somebody complains, and then you got a problem. And even daycare centers, they have to be, I wouldn't want nothing like that either. But we need daycare centers. But I think I would definitely do clothes if I did my business. Doing business abroad. Okay. This is the last one. Doing business abroad can be an exciting and rewarding experience. Let me see. I think this is the last one, number 8. Okay. Additionally, it's beneficial to have local contacts who can help you understand the language and culture and provide invaluable insight into how to conduct business. Right. So if you conduct business in overseas, and they saying it's good to have is it good to have local contacts over there? Yeah, so you're meeting people. But it's still hard to trust people. But you have local contacts. Some people know people in different countries, so that will help too. In other words, you have local contacts that can help you. They can help you understand the language and culture, and that would be that's a valuable insight. They can give you a valuable insight into how. They can give you valuable insights into how to conduct business. Another common challenge with doing business abroad is navigating different regulations and laws. So I talked about that earlier. Each country has its own laws regarding how companies can operate within its borders, right? A third common challenge is managing long distance logistics. Depending on the nature of your business, you may need to coordinate shipments across long distances and time zones. Finally, one of the biggest challenges of doing business abroad is dealing with cultural differences. Cultural differences, language barriers, crime, security, tax issues. It's just a lot. It's like you need to make a list of the things that you want to. When you're doing your research, you just make a list of what what topics you need information on. Every country has its own unique culture and customs, right? It's like over here in the United States. So 9 times out of 10, if you go to another country, they gonna have their little rules and regulations and their culture and customs. And sometimes they may do things different, or 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna do some things they do different than we do over here in the United States. So if you over there, say for instance, if I'm over there, but I've been over here for a while, but I want to run my business over there, or even if I wanted to move over there, and I see how they doing things over there, nah, that's why it's good to go and survey the area, visit 3 or 4 times, 4 or 5 times, and see how you like it. Yeah, see how you like it. Because see, don't just move or don't just operate a business, open a business somewhere, and then you come to find out, I go over there, I be trying to close, I'll be over here in the United States, and then I go over there in another country overseas, and then I get over there for a minute, I'm like, oh shoot, I be ready to close down. If things are not going like I like it, that's why, I'm like, oh, I'm ready to close my business down. That's why it's good. You have to do your research. I would definitely do my research. I will find out everything. Whatever country I want to open my business in overseas, if I was thinking about, then yeah, if I thought about that at all, I would dig deep into my research. Well, overall, doing business abroad can be a rewarding experience, it said, but it also comes with many common challenges that need to be carefully considered and prepared for in order to ensure it should be considered and prepared for in order to ensure success. From language barriers and regulations to logistics and cultural differences, businesses must take the time to research and understand these issues in order to set themselves up for success when doing business in a new country. So that is the end of the article. This was a pretty good article right here. This was a pretty good article, so I did get a lot of information. The name of the article was Going Global, the Pros and Cons of Doing Business Overseas. So it talks about the advantages, disadvantages. It talks about the cultural considerations, navigating language and communication barriers in a global market, regulations and tax implications of doing business internationally. Number 6, it talks about establishing a global supply chain and distribution network, adapting digital strategies to reach a global audience. And number 8 was overcoming common challenges of doing business abroad. Yep. So doing business abroad. So just like with, any business, even if you're not doing business abroad and you're thinking about a business over in the United States of America, things you want to think about, like I said, your business licenses, you might need more than one license. It depends on what type of business you want to open, And, it's like I said, do your research, your licenses, you're thinking about if you want what form of business you want to open, what licenses do you need. If you need 3 or 4 licenses, you may need 2. And then what business form, what business structure, sole proprietorship, partnership. Do you want an LLC, a limited liability company? You want a corporation? How much money do you think you want to put into your business? It's about your plan, your marketing plan, your business plan, and your research. You get a list, write down the things. Hey, I need this. Are you going to hire employees? If you're going to hire employees, how many do you need? How much money do you have to invest in your business? Like I said, when I first started my accounting course, the first transaction we talked about was when you invest in your business. So it's just like, we learn accounting through our T accounts. So you make a T, and debits on the left and credits on the right. So debits on the left and credits on the right. So in other words, if I wanted to start my business, I have my cash account. That would definitely still be my asset account. So if I want to start my business, say I want to invest $50,000 in my business, $50,000 to start my business. I would debit the cash account on the left, and then I have another T account that I would make for owner's equity. So that $50,000 gives me $50,000 worth of owner's equity. work with equity in my business. So I would credit the T account on the right side for my own in my owner's equity account on the right side, and we would credit the cash. So I mean, T accounts was a good way to learn accounting. So we learned through first we went through the terms, in the book, different terms in the book. Your asset account, your cash account, your um, different terms, accounts receivables, accounts payables, different terms. So we learned all those terms, and then like the middle of the book, then we started doing the T accounts. You had the little transactions. I mean, I learned pretty good, pretty fast that way through the T accounts. So, and then because my major was business administration, Strayer University. So accounting and business and law, all three of those go hand in hand. So those are most of the courses that I did take. But I'm going to close out on this video. I just wanted to cover this topic. And so hopefully I'll get my friend on here one day, and he can talk about, some of the things that goes on over there in Nigeria. So I don't know if he had. I don't even think he has YouTube. I don't think you have to have a YouTube account to be able to. I don't think you have to have a YouTube account to be a panel guest. I think that's what I read. But so this was a good topic. So I did learn a whole lot. This was a very good topic. So this was a nice topic. So I was talking about opening a business overseas. I'm trying to think about what my next topic would be. My next video, I don't know. I have to think about that. Oh, okay. Probably my next topic, maybe I'll go into those particular countries. That would be good. I would do research on a particular country or continent. Like in other words, if I do my research on Africa, I dig down in Africa and get into it, and you get down into the particulars, So this was like a general. This was like a general video, I guess I would say, on operate the business overseas, but to actually get into those particular countries or continents that, say for instance, I want to open a business in, like I said, those different countries or those different continents. I want to get down in there and just get down in there and, look into the government, look into land, where would you find land that would be available? In other words, what if you want to go over there and build a house? What if somebody like me want to go over there to Africa or one of those continents over there and have a house built? I mean, because I did some research on that one time, but I didn't follow up on it. So you can also go over there if you want to have a home built. So I did some research on the land. How do you go about finding where there is land available so you can, have a house built? You have a house built, you want to run over there, you want to run over there, you want to have a house built, and you want to go over there. I say run over there. You want to go over there and, do some checking around to see, hey, if you want to go ahead and open your business over there, you definitely want to go over there and look. Even if you want to buy a house, I mean, you want to buy a house, yeah, you buy a house over there too, I guess. You want to buy a house over there, but if you want to have a house built over there in Africa or Asia or wherever, overseas. Say, for instance, you want to build a house, overseas. You want to, do your research. You want to find out where is this land available? How much is this land going to cost me? Then you have to have, they do have companies that will build those houses for you. They will build a home for you. So I did some research on that one time. I don't know how to find, if I can find my paperwork on that, but I can also do some more research on that. So I have seen some videos on YouTube where they did have people that, they have come on here and they say, look, I left the United States of America and I came to Africa or Zimbabwe or wherever, Israel, or, whatever country or city, that they chose. They said, look, I came over here. I had me a house built. It cost me such and such amount. So some people have, they did go over there, and some may have liked it and some may, may not have liked it. But I mean, so it's good to go, over there and go over there and whatever you're thinking about, whatever place you're thinking about landing. You want to open up a business, or you want to have a home built, or you want to. I don't know how their houses look over there, but I don't. I haven't seen any houses over there. A lot of times when you see this, or I know they do have homes over there though in Africa, Nigeria. But I know my friend, they do live in an apartment. But the only thing he told me, they don't have electricity. They have to wait till the people bring electricity, or they have to purchase a generator. But I told him, I said, well, over here, he was surprised to know. I said, well, over here we have electric companies that provide electricity for our homes. We pay a bill every month. So that's one of the blessings that we do have over here in the United States of America, that I'm glad, because I don't think I'll be able to make it over there in Nigeria if I gotta wait till they bring me some electricity and I can't watch TV, I can't cook. No, that won't be working for me. Nope, that can't work. But so I'm gonna close out this video. That would definitely not work for me, buddy. I'm telling you. No. So doing business overseas. Welcome to Shirley TV. I don't have nobody here but me. But you can listen to the replay. Yeah, Shirley TV. Shirley TV. So global doing. I said going global. Going global. The pros and cons of doing business overseas. I'm going to do some more research, but I ain't going to hold this video no longer than this because it's already been 2 hours. So it's time for me to get off of here. It's 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime over here. Yeah, it is lunchtime. But I want to thank you all. If there is anyone listening, it says live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click on a comment to show. I don't have any comments but me. I am the only one here. But so thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you all. I'll definitely see you all. I guess I'll see you or hear from you, or I'll see you in the replays, on my next video. So Shirley TV. So I'll dig deeper in, I'm going to find out, I'm going to dig deeper. I'm going to dig down into a particular country or continent. But I want to know everything. I just want to know. I want to know, what if I wanted to buy land? What if I wanted to purchase land and have me a house built or a business built over in another country overseas? So I want to do some more research. But I want to say thanks for joining me. This is Shirley TV, doing business overseas, and I'll see you all on my next video. Have a good one, y'all. Y'all have a blessed Sunday. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.